All right, guys. So there are advantages and disadvantages in every hold. So when you escape one thing and go into another position, the other position can also be very dangerous. But sometimes we do it just because he has an expectation to do something here. For example, there's tons of work that I can do with a straight grip. There's tons of work I can do with a diagonal grip. Sometimes in escaping from a diagonal grip, he ends up temporarily being slipped into a straight grip or vice versa. The whole notion is that we're sort of interrupting his thought pattern and bringing him someplace he's not ready to be yet. If he's more adaptable, more reflexive, usually the more reflexive person will win, but that's just life. So when we have somebody in this kind of a grip, straight or diagonal, doesn't matter, single grip to begin, all of the grips we do are great, but if we want to amplify, we can also use our head as a lever. So when we're working, if I go here, move my head under, just now the leverage of my arm, anything I would do, for example, it's quite tough. If I move my head here, now I can push off. Sometimes if let's say I complete a grip and I do something here and then I grab the elbow, it becomes quite obvious, right? So let's say I'm doing a figure 4 rip. I had decent sleeve, but the first thing he's going to do is pull that back. At the same time, I'm seeking the elbow, and it's hard to get. Now, if by comparison, I start grabbing the elbow here, he's not expecting anything. And for him to escape the elbow, he has to release his grip. So people tend to jockey there a little bit, right? So if I now work underneath the arm, or if I'm gripping here, I can acquire it before, and he's not as expecting, particularly on diagonals. Diagonals can be dangerous because he can pull, especially when we're on the ground. A diagonal can be a setup for a cross-feed choke. But if I work here, now the grip is off. So I'd recommend starting on diagonal grips at first to feel the logic of it, see what that's like, right? And then as you do it, see how you can protect yourself, think of where you'd be hitting, punching off, doing any type of work you want, right? It's going to become increasingly important if we just even go to our knees. This kind of work now, as we're working, can give me a lot of leverage. And when somebody later on is mounted on top of me, and they've got this type of a grip setting up, they've already got a lot of pressure here. And you see people trying to just straighten it up. If I get that opening, now I can trap his arm and take that choke away. So the more compressed my range gets, the more relevant this tactic becomes. Make sense?